Well, first of all, I have to say, as a mom in real life, I very much hope all of my children grow up to be as wonderful as my on-screen child. Tom is like a dream son.
But how did we felt? We kept looking over at him like, we made it.
Can I ask what the perfect scene was so maybe folks can look on what got you so delighted that day?
I don't even remember which one. She was always perfect.
Wow.
Always perfect.
Do you feel that? Do you feel it?
Yeah, I take a little bit of that.
And I probably shouldn't have done this. It probably goes against the Nolan protocol, but Zendaya and I read it together. And we were like jumping around the house.
Let you take it home?
Yeah, I don't know if I should have said that. But I think it's because I'm super dyslexic and I was like, dude, I'm gonna need like hours to read this.
I don't know, it was the funniest thing. I feel like we arrived pre-bonded.
Yeah.
You know?
We really just hit it off immediately. Like the chemistry for us was so natural and easy. And it felt like we'd known each other forever. Although we had met once when I was a kid, and you were really sweet. So maybe it was that. It was when I was 14, and I had made a movie that was, doing the rounds of the award stuff. And I think it was the same year as Les Mis. So maybe the bonding had started then, and just Chris has been planning this for the whole 10 years.
I mean, this sounds so cheesy, but Tom and I just kind of, I don't know, we had bounce right from the beginning.
Immediately
We just liked each other. We have a lot of shared interests. We love film, we love sports, we love our families. So we just kind of, I don't know, we never ran out of things to chat about, still haven't. Because you have been a part of big movies, which is really remarkable for someone of your age. And you came in every day with just your work ethic leading by, 10,000 miles. And that is exactly what you want on this movie, because there's just, it's a really wonderful, challenging experience to be on a Chris Nolan movie. And if you're somebody who needs babying or coddling in any way, you're probably not going to do.
Yeah.
You might sink a little bit.
You're not going to love it.
Yeah, you're not going to love it. And so, and you just kind of came in with all of the right stuff.
Thank you.
And so I think everybody was just thrilled to just watch you fly.
Yeah. I think for me, as a young actor, my support network was Anne and Matt, really. They really shepherded me through this process. They'd both worked with Chris before, and working with Chris is a very unique experience. There's nothing quite like being on one of his sets. And I had this perfect support network of, two veterans of our business that I could ask, like, am I doing a good job?
I mean, it's so nice of you to say, like, we shepherded you. We didn't do much. We were just like, he's awesome.
No, but
like,
it's
Matt and I kept being like, can you believe the idea that we made someone like that? That's amazing.
So I spent a week like developing like demonic Harley Quinn energy. And I was like wearing like weird jester flats and a striped top. And it was just like, and I walked in with like this like Harley Quinn underneath. And then about like 2 hours into our conversation, Chris is like, so the part's Catwoman. And I was like, transform.
Oh, no way.
So I just then like decided that I was like, well, this top is just very sensual and I'm just going to be very, and I just, like a psychopath.
And Tom
changed personalities like a psychopath.
Yeah, like Harley Quinn. Get to see the film, and I'm really proud of my work in it, and it feels like almost like a saying goodbye to that part of my life and starting this new chapter.
You should be proud of your work.
Thanks.
I think that Chris is also speaking for Matt and myself with that one, because obviously, from the outside, you can tell that you're talented, you can tell that you're charismatic, the camera loves you, all those things, but that doesn't necessarily tell you who a person's going to be on set. And I think we were all just so excited to find, because like we're looking down at your generation, not down, but we're looking down at your generation. Yeah. We're looking at your generation, like we're like, what are you made of? Who's coming up? And you and Z, it was so exciting to find that you guys are really serious about it. Your work ethic is like off, just through the roof, off the charts.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it was really exciting to be like, oh good, the kids are great.
If you could ask Homer one question about the Odyssey, what would you ask?
Do you think that I am a good Telemachus?
Matt said something very similar.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Not your character, but do you think I was good in it?
And I would ask, do you think Tom Holland was a good Telemachus?
Yeah, nice. I like that. Whereas he's like, forget about the pressure, bro. You'll be fine. Just do it. And I've seen him do that.
You're not important right now.
Yeah. It's like the dog just nailed it. The dog did like the most incredible voice. There's like not a dry eye on the crew. Then I have to follow the dog because his face was like floating in front of the camera, whereas usually you're trying to forget that there's a camera, an operator, a focus puller, and then the actor. It was like, I could have kissed him. He was that close.
Did you?
I wish I did. He's a handsome man.
I mean, you guys are very close.
We are very close.
We had this beautiful group of musicians who were playing live through all the scenes. And we were doing a scene, and I had kind of had the scene in my mind that it was going to be quiet, but the musicians were playing. And it's this big emotional scene that I had.
What, on set? Live?
Yeah, so we had live musicians on set, kind of like doing the score live to this in this family drama. It was phenomenal. I'll tell you all about it. And so, so I, very politely went to our first AD, HH, and I was like, "Do you think you could maybe ask Jonathan if we could do one without the music, just so for my concentration?" And he goes, "Okay, hold on." And then it went and talked to JD, and then came back, and he goes, "He says if you want the music gone, you should ask them yourself." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "He says that he wants you to handle it." And I'm like, okay. And so the next take, I start in on the thing, and I'm just like, "I just wanted to, sir, can they just stop for 1 second?" And I just shouted, and everybody went with it, and we got the musicians to be quiet, and then the take continued.
Wow.
So it was an approved defiance.
That's a great story. That's a great story.
It sounds very depressing. The threat of failure is always there. So maybe it's just, that's my mast.
I don't really know. It's honestly not something I have ever thought about.
You're gonna go to your next job and be like,
Oh my God, I'm terrified. I honestly, I absolutely love doing what I do or what we do. And I feel so grateful that I get to do it on the scale that I do, with the people that I get to do it with. I love film sets. I love film crews. I
This is
just...
such a more positive answer than mine.
yeah,
This is good. This is the right answer.
So it felt more like a reenactment than it did like a film set. It almost felt like I'd kind of gone back in time and just landed on this beach, and it scared the out of me. Yeah, I was quivering in my sandals.
Oh, it still scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, there was a fight scene where he kind of politely asked me to just tone it down. But no, essentially what it was is that the point of the scene is for my character to be watching Odysseus fight and to be kind of intimidated and shocked at who this traveler is. And, I think I was getting so caught up in my own fight that I was failing to recognize what else was happening. So he was giving me a direction to make sure that while this is happening, don't get lost in it, and make sure you're still throwing these looks to this other person in the room that I don't know, who is doing these amazing things. But I guess you could say that he asked me to just tone it down a touch. Yeah.
You're just too good. You're like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm just
Who I am,
the
brother.
fighter I am. I'm just telling the truth."
Yeah. It didn't matter if I looked a bit rough and ready.
I felt like it maybe looked better.
It was helpful,
Like
yeah.
that little sweat in your hair, the oxygenation, all of that. It was very appropriate, but I wasn't supposed to have any of that going on. And so I was offered a helicopter ride to set. Which helped me get into character. Yeah, no, it was pretty cushy. And so I kept my mouth shut about it when other people were like, "Okay, now we got to do the ride down." I'm like, "Well," or the walk down, I guess.
Yeah, we walked down, yeah.
Tom, what was the best thing about working with Anne and having her play your mom and having seen you guys kind of evolve? Because you guys spent a lot of time together making this movie. Yes.
I think for me, what I love about my job is getting to work with people like Anne and just watch and learn. Anne has such an incredible career, and there are lists and lists of movies that we can all watch and learn something from. So to get to see that, close up is a real luxury. And we became great friends, which was really lovely. And I know you had worked with Chris before, but it had been a while, and for me it was my first time. So there did feel like a sense that we were both sort of walking onto the field together.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. And I felt like, Anne was kind of my support system throughout this process, because it was very new to me. It was very intimidating. It was really nerve-wracking. I'm not a stranger to big movies, but this was something completely different.
Yes.
And having Anne there and doing most of my work with her was such a nice way for me to just feel comfortable and ready to go.